In science, the authority of 1,000 opinions is nothing compared to one tiny spark of common sense in a person. See now the power of truth. The same experiment at first glance seems to show one thing, on closer inspection, convinces us of the opposite. They seem to forget that the increase in known truth stimulates the investigation, establishment, and growth of the arts, not their dimension or destruction. Philosophy is written in the great book that has ever existed before our eyes, I mean the universe, but we cannot understand it if we don't first study language and understand the symbols in which it is written. By denying scientific principles, one can defend any paradox. Passion is the origin of genius. All truths are easy to understand once discovered, the point is to find them. The Bible shows the way to go to heaven, not the way heaven goes. Who will really limit human intelligence? Who would assert that everything in the perceptible universe has been discovered and known? I've never met anyone so stupid that I couldn't learn anything from them. Regarding matters that require thought, the less people know and understand about them, the more positively they will try to argue about them. There are people with good reason, but there are far more of them than people with bad sense. Mathematics is the language in which God has written the universe. It is a beautiful sight and a pleasure to see the body of the moon. In matters of science, the authority of 1,000 is not commensurate with the simple reasoning of an individual. You can't teach a man anything, you can only help him find it within himself. I don't feel obligated to believe that the same God who has endowed us with reason, and intellect has meant for us to forget about using it. The fear of infinity is a form of farsightedness that destroys the possibility of seeing that which is actually infinite, even though in its highest form it has created and sustains us. I do not feel obligated to believe that the same God who has given us senses, and reason has made us forget their use and in other ways to give us the knowledge we can get from them. In the future, there will be gates and paths to great and good knowledge that will penetrate my mind deeper than mine, which will penetrate deeper holes. It seems to me that great inadequacy is on the part of those who desire that God made the universe more proportional to their small capacity of reason than to His infinite power, His infinite power. In time you may find all that can be found, and your progress will only be far from humanity. The distance between you and them may someday become so great that your cries of joy over some new advantage can be answered by a universal scream of dread. Knowing thyself, that is the greatest wisdom. Nothing occurs contrary to nature except the impossible, and that never occurs. Where the senses fail us, reason must step in. Nature is relentless and unchangeable, and it is indifferent as to whether its hidden reasons and actions are understandable to man or not. Two truths cannot contradict one another. You cannot teach a man anything, you can only help him find it within himself. Mathematics is the key and door to the sciences. In questions of science, the authority of 1,000 is not worth the humble reasoning of a single individual. The greatest wisdom is to get to know oneself. Wine is sunlight, held together by water. There are those who reason well, but they are greatly outnumbered by those who reason badly. Nature does not act by means of many things when it can do so by means of a few. Measure what can be measured, and make measurable what cannot be measured. Names and attributes must be adjusted to the essence of something, and not the essence of the name, because everything is prioritized in the name after it. The book of nature is written in the language of mathematics. You can't teach anybody anything, only make them realize the answers are already inside them. Long experience has taught me this about the status of mankind with regard to matters requiring thought: the less people know and understand about them, the more positively they attempt to argue concerning them, while on the other hand to know and understand a multitude of things renders men cautious in passing judgment upon anything new. Oh, my dear Kepler, how I wish that we could have one hearty laugh together. Here, at Padua, is the principal professor of philosophy, whom I have repeatedly and urgently requested to look at the moon and planets through my glass telescope, which he pertinaciously refuses to do. Why are you not here? What shouts of laughter we should have at this glorious folly! And to hear the professor of philosophy at Pisa laboring before the Grand Duke with logical arguments, as if with magical incantations, to charm the new planets out of the sky. Keep watching our latest video, don't forget to like and comment. Thank you for everything.